range bet board from small blind, very great for his range. You're gonna have a significantly queen x advantage here, ace queen off, king queen off, also jack x advantage, also set advantage, over pair advantage. He typically crash my range, and I don't believe I will play many raises. And he went to the 40% sizing, so I won't play any raises to the 40% sizing. Now on the turn, I don't believe this is a sizing that he has to choose. I think he has to go larger for sure. We have a pretty clear call, no spazzing out. The 10 it's really great for his range. He gonna have all the ace kings and all the 8-9s, most of the ace kings and some 8-9s. We can have ace kings. So here on the river, I think my hand it's a break-even jump. We will have hands like 6-7, 7-8. We will have some ace-9 suited. I think I'm gonna jump half the time here. Hello guys, back to another Play and Explain video. Today we're gonna be playing a harder analysis on PokerStars. Also gonna continue playing one table. Let's see how it goes. Here pocket tens mix between call and 3-bet, 3-bet most of the time though. And for sure when he opens to 2.5x, I'm gonna want to 3-bet more. So he went for the 4-bet, very high frequency for the betting spot from cutoff. My hand pure calls, never jumps. We start jamming the pocket jacks in this spot, low frequency, and pocket queens, high frequency. So in this spot, it's already close, but in these positions, very great board for his range, pocket tens, gonna call ones. And I think my hand can be a great call down, unblocking some of his ace kings and hands like king jacks, king tens. I don't block any value. He can have hands like queen ten suited on the turn, on the pre-flop and on the flop, but I don't believe he can value bet queen ten on the turn. So I'm gonna call the turn and probably have to fold this river. All of his bluff gets there. Hand like king jack of clubs, king jack of spades, ace king with a club, ace king without a club. So yeah, very bad run out for me. And yeah, I do believe that pocket tens with these suits I have to continue every single time and start mixing pocket tens with a club. King 10 gonna VP as a call every single time. Jack 6-7. He can bet 1/3 for around 50% of the time on this board. He bets half pot and will have a pretty clear fold. So yeah, pocket tens without a club, I think we're mainly continuing on the turn. Also, I do believe that hands like a hand like pocket tens, it's a greater call than hands like pocket jacks, because the jack blocker it's bad than pocket tens. He will have more jack x combos as a bluff than 10x combos that he will barrel. Here versus the small 3-bet, and we are in position to 2 players. I'm gonna pure call my hand. So yeah, I think pocket tens no club, it's a pure call on the turn. Pocket tens with a club start mixing folds for sure. And pocket jacks, even without a club, I think it's a really close on the turn. Here recreational bets 10%. We have a Kaitan capped range from Big Blind. I don't know what's his exactly a range gonna be. For sure, it's not the greatest spot for his range. But we don't even the MP, even the button, we don't flop any sets. We, I think we can have pocket sevens, but yep, it's a low frequency from MP and from us to flat pocket sevens. Pool looks not so great, mainly regulars in the pool. And here, cut off button big blind versus an aggressive reg pre-flop. I'm gonna pure jam. The ace king offsuit. King 9, I'm gonna open third of the time from cutoff. A7 is fold. We start opening ace 8 off. High frequency. King 10 9 flush draw. I like to go with the 2/3 strategy. 2/3 and check. My range is gonna bet around half the time on this board. And I do believe that ace 4 no club gonna be a high frequency check. Ace 4 with a club gonna be a high frequency bet. We will have a lot of jack X and queen X to barrel the flop. Many flush draws. So yeah. So when I play 2/3 on the flop, I think I'm gonna reopen for half pot on the turn, or maybe 2/3. I think my hand is mainly checking. All the hands that didn't sip at the flop, that mixes the flop, gonna bet the turn, and just gonna fold the river. And I believe if the action went to us, I will probably bluff my hand. Yep, I think my hand is a pure bluff on the river, to be honest. The worst a6 that I have. A lot of my bluffs, it's a pair on the river. If I had a hand like a queen 3 of diamonds, which gonna be a medium frequency bet on the flop, and also I can't bet every single time on the turn. I'm gonna bluff the river, that makes a pair. Also the jack X makes straights. Also clubs make flushes, so kinda on the bottom of our range. Here I play versus Mr. Gold, a friend of mine. So here king 7-3, gonna play the 1/3, no very high frequency, around 50 with our range. Ace 10, I think it's a very low frequency bet on this board. This type of hands, like ace queen, ace jack with no diamond, gets value from worst ace-x and flush draws. 6 on the turn, A lot of his 6x combos like 6-5, 6-4, Queen 6 with backdoor stabs the flop. I'm gonna play 2/3 as my reopen and never find ace 10. And I think he can stab for half pot or 2/3. I think it's a very fine strategy, both. Everything above half pot, it's nice. And when I play 2/3 on the turn, I will have a lot of king x in my range, 7x, 6x, and I don't believe that the 10 it's a bad hand to have, bad card to have, because it does block some 10-8s and 10-9s. I think from ace highs with no draw, I'm gonna continue some ace queens, maybe. Because it has great unblockers to his bluffing range. I don't know versus 2/3 sizing if we have we can continue. Ace queen. Probably it will be a mix, and I think king queen suited in this position. It's gonna be a pure forward. And then I don't also want to size down in these positions, cut off button big blind, because the ranges are very wide. If clubber, for example, it was early position and the 3-bet was the button, which the range is gonna be more strong. I want to 4-bet with a smaller sizing. So let me check the pool. 23 entries only. I think king 10 versus the wide opening range. Gonna make a deviation and 3-bet this hand versus recreational. Let's start with the 1/3 sizing. Typically, these queen high boards, when there is a 6 and a 7 and middle connected cards, we can range bet these boards. It's they're kind good for the button. Then I will play 2/3. I don't believe I wanna ever find my hand. I will find some ace 8, some ace 5s, some king 10s with a club, some 8-9s, some 10-9s, king 10. Also having the king of diamonds not so great. The 10 blocks some folds. And we have a very clear fold. Also, as I said, it's a very high frequency, not a very high frequency betting board. So we have to do a lot of checking all the turn. Here, versus the recreational, I'm gonna open more wider. Queen 9-5 board versus when I open 2.3x, it will be a more higher frequency c-bet. Even when I opened 2.3x, for example, because his range gonna be more wider. King jack off, it's a mix between call and 3-bet. Gonna call this time. Seven eight deuce. he can bet 2/3 for around 50% of the time. And on the 7, I'm gonna probe for 2/3. I don't believe I'm gonna find my hand. The King of Hearts, it's pretty bad. The Jack of Spades, it's really played though. Versus block, I think I can even call or raise. I don't believe I'm gonna ever fold my hand. It's the one of the strongest king eggs that I have. I think these hands can go to the check raise category because they have very great unblockers to his bet folding range. So if he has a hand like Jack 10 of spades or Jack 9 with the Jack of spades, he will never, he most of the time will bet the flop, or most of the time bet the turn for half pot, for example. So for the most of the part, when I have the Jack of spades, he will never bluff with the Jack of spades in this ratio and with these sizings. So my hand has a very great unblocker to his bet folding range. For example, he can have a hand like Queen 5 of diamonds that he will bet the turn and probably bluff me with my hand. So having the Jack of spades, which is a very great unblocker, and the King of Hearts, he will never bluff with the King of Hearts, I believe. His mainly bluffs gonna be Jack X and Queen X. So we do have two very great unblockers and overcard to the 8. So here the 9 suited, gonna pure VP as a call. We start for betting hands like Queen 9 and King 9 suited. This hand has no business. Queen Jack 7, range bet board from small blind, very great for his range. You're gonna have a significantly Queen X advantage here, Ace Queen off, King Queen off, also Jack X advantage, also set advantage, overpair advantage that he typically crash my range. And I don't believe I will play many raises. And he went to the 40% sizing. So I won't play any raise to the 40% sizing. Now on the turn, I don't believe this is a sizing that he has to choose. I think he has to go larger for sure. We have a pretty clear call, no spazzing out. The 10 it's really played for his range. He gonna have all the ace kings and all the 8-9s, most of the ace kings and some 8-9s. We can have ace kings. So here on the river, I think my hand it's a break-even jump. We will have hands like 6-7, 7-8. We will have some ace-9 suited. I think I'm gonna jump half the time here with my combo, and also jam a hand like King 10. I think King 10 is greater to jump. Blocking more offsuit combos. We will bluff a hand like Ace 9 suited. And that's it. Queen 6, I think, versus small sizing, I'm gonna muck. Yeah, and when he double barrels, I think we will have some low showdown value. Also, he does zip the turn with small sizing. Excuse me. So I do believe I can call a hand like 6-7 suited and 7-8 suited, which gonna be our mainly call on the river, mainly bluffs on the river, excuse me. If he went half pot on the turn or 2/3, I believe my hand will be pure jam on the river though. But I think it's really close, and betting this hand around 50% of the time, I think it's fine. A jack 8 board, I'm gonna bet 1/3 with high frequency on this board. Do it really often with my hand. Pocket jacks, gonna be a high frequency 3-bet and a high frequency 4-bet. Pure. Yeah, I believe it's pure in this position, cut off button big blind. I think I'm gonna start mixing some pocket tens. And I think when I make it 20.22, I'm most of the time calling this one. I think it's really close. I think pocket queens, it's a snap call, to be honest. When cutoff jumps, I think we have a pretty clear fold. When button jumps, I think it's a break-even spot, to be honest. I make it 2022. I think I'm gonna call half the time, to be honest, and fold this time. I think my play won't lose many much EV if it's a pure call. We can make the assumption that if he starts jamming pocket queens pure, and if he starts jamming some pocket aces in this spot, my hand, it's a terrible call. And I do believe that my hand, it's going to be more to the folding territory, I believe. Queen 7 versus 2.5, I'm gonna pure continue. I think I can mix some raises with this combo also. Not this time. 8 jack 6, great for his range. When he opens 2.5. When I stab, I will stab with a very large sizing here, stabbing around 20-25% of the time and betting something like ace-9 offsuit plus. Never find my hand with these suits. I think my hand it's mainly give up on until the river. I think even on the river I have to pure check my hand. I can consider bluffing if the river if I have a club in my hand or a heart. I think with the heart it's a bluff for sure. With the club I think I will start mix. When I arrive to the river I will have more weaker combos. And I think bluffing a hand like 10-7 or 10-9 it's very greater for sure. And have a pretty clear fold versus the block. And I think his sizing is also very great. He has to do heavily blocking on the river, all the 6 pairs, because most of my range gonna contain the 6. So gonna wrap up this video. Play until next blind. So that was the video for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Till the next one. Take care.